What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Today we are checking out the LPD Pedals 87 Deluxe. Now I have demoed the LPD 87. This one is the deluxe version, and it's basically a two-channel version of that pedal. So it has the same concept as far as the sounds that LPD is going for. So they wanted to kind of conquer those modified JCM and Plexi tones of the 80s that were so popular on so many recordings. And they've done a great job. They did a great job with the single channel one. The dual channel is the same thing. So let's get right into the controls on this. So for both channels, left and right, you get bass, mid, and treble controls, as well as a level and a gain control. Now the presence control is actually global, so that's going to affect both channels. Both channels have two modes, a green mode that's lower gain and a red mode that's higher gain. We'll get into how that sounds. You have a bypass switch on the bottom, which is a soft switch. And then on the bottom right, you have your channel selector switch, which will allow you to toggle between the two channels. Now internally, you have a couple of mini switches. They're bright switches. Now from the factory or from Lawrence, the left side is with the bright switch off, and the right side is with the bright switch on. And I think I'm going to leave it that way, and I'll demo it and let you guys hear how it sounds both ways, bright switch on or off. But I think that's a really great feature to have between the channels. So without further ado, let's check out the LPD Pedals 87 Deluxe. Okay, let's check it out. I'm going to use my Sir Bella. It's a 44 watt kind of Fender voiced amplifier. Here's the guitar just into the amp. It's going to break up just a little bit, but we're going to have the pedal do all the work. Here's the 87 Deluxe. Okay, so right now we're on the left side. We're in the low gain setting on the channel itself. Now, the internal bright switch on this channel comes stock according to Lawrence. On the left side, it's off. So that internal bright switch is off. On the right side, it's on. And maybe I'll bounce back and forth with the same settings so you can get an idea of what that bright switch is doing. But what you're hearing right now is with the presence switch off. So it sounds really dynamic, obviously switching back and forth. The kind of lighter touch with your fingers to pick, it's very responsive. Let's just check out the mids really quick. Let's roll those down. If we roll them all the way up, or I should say up quite a bit, they'll also create a little bit of gain as well as give us that kind of Marshall mid bark. I liked them around, I don't know, about right there. Now the bass can get really big. Here's all the way off. And then all the way up. Pretty much gives you that kind of 4x12 Marshall low end. It doesn't get floppy though. And it just depends on your amp and what you're going for. Here's the Treb circuit off. Treb circuit all the way up. It gets pretty bright, but it's not overly bright. Once again, that's a very usable circuit. I liked it around right there. Now, the presence control right here is global, so that's going to affect both sides of the 87 Deluxe. Here's off. All the way up. So once again, just depends on what you like, what amp you're using, what guitar you're using. Are you using it in a track? You know, do you need it to cut more? It's to each his own, but it's a very usable circuit. Now gain-wise, I can turn the gain down. Maybe hit the amp a little bit harder. Or we can go the other way and start cranking gain. So even in the low gain setting, it's got quite a bit of gain there. You do get a little bit more low end as you crank the gain, but we can back off the lows. Maybe add some mids. Okay, now we've seen the gain range in the low setting. Let's go ahead and put it, just for reference, I'll put the gain at noon. Maybe a little more level. And we'll just go ahead and throw the gain switch. Now that setting does add some top end. So if you want to, cut through, you can leave it alone. Otherwise, you can maybe back some treb or presence off. Just depends on what you dig. If you want it to sound a little bit more scooped. Now if we crank the gain, that's basically what I did for that solo with that PRS guitar. So the pedal's got a really nice feel to it with the gain totally cranked. There's just a little bit of sag, but it doesn't compress too much. It still feels really good under the pick. So that's basically what both channels will do, but what I need to show you, and I think the way I'm going to do it is maybe just put everything to noon, and I'm just going to bump back and forth between the two channels dialed exactly the same and let you hear the difference with the internal presence switch engaged, or that bright switch. So hopefully this will work. So that bright switch is adding kind of that upper mid bump. Maybe a little bit less low end with that bright switch engaged, but that's what's so cool. So we could go ahead and maybe go left channel, we'll make that our rhythm channel. And then dial our right side channel for solo. And I really dig how the 87 switches. It's really seamless. The soft switches feel and react immediately. So that is the 87 Deluxe by LPD Designs. If you've got any further questions, go to the website and check it out. And as always, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time.